Bro, stop asking what physique do women like. Because when you train for her approval, you move like a man with no self-respect. That's exactly why you're invisible to women. Because you keep being worried about what they think of your physique, when what truly matters is if you're comfortable in the physique that you have. Now, I'm not gonna stand here and act like having an attractive physique is not attractive, right? Obviously, women are attracted to a nice physique, but there is so much more to that I'm gonna explain in this video that you must have. That if you don't have these things, your physique won't save you. You could look like Mr. Olympia and still be invisible to women. So let's get right into it. So in order to understand what type of physique women actually find attractive, we need to first talk about the trap. This is the trap that most men put themselves into. They start their personal development journey, they start their fitness journey with the intention of attracting women in mind. But that is the wrong way to go about it. Because when you start off your personal development journey with the intention of getting more women, you're always reliant on their validation. And so you end up never being content with the results that you have. That's why you see so many guys in great shape, and yet when they get around the attractive woman, they fold. The first question you must stop asking is, what physique do women like? Bro, all that matters is the physique that you find attractive. Do I think that being a big bodybuilder is gonna get you the most women? Absolutely not. But if that's what truly makes you happy on the inside, and you don't have any body dysmorphia, you're truly comfortable in your skin, that's the best physique for you, right? For me, I prefer a more slim, athletic physique, a physique that's actually functional in the real world, right? But that's what makes me confident in my skin, right? If I trained like a bodybuilder trying to get big as hell, I wouldn't be as confident as I am now, knowing that I'm also capable and I'm competent in this physique that I have. So stop asking what physique do they like. Just train to have the best physique possible for yourself, and then the woman will always be a byproduct. Second question, well, actually it's more of a statement. I need to get bigger. So many guys have this misconception that if they get bigger, their arms get a little bigger, their shoulders get a little bigger, their back, their chest, that they're gonna attract more women. But that's far from the truth. Guys, there's a whole bunch of skinny guys that are attracting 9s and 10s. Why is that, right? Obviously, once again, having a nice physique is gonna unlock her primal desire. But if you're just focused on getting bigger, and that's why like all these bodybuilders, they always have body dysmorphia. It's never enough for them. They need to keep putting on size, keep putting on size. And so they may look confident on the outside because they have such great physiques, but on the inside, they're super self-conscious. They're super insecure because it's never enough for them, right? Me, one of the great qualities I say I have is that I'm very content with my physique, right? That doesn't mean I'm gonna get complacent. I'm always gonna be striving to get stronger. I'm always gonna be striving to, get more athletic, unlock new abilities, because I believe that you should always progress as a man. But I'm not trying to get any bigger. If I do over time as a natural, that's perfectly fine, right? But once you get to a certain point, you just need to be okay with maintaining that physique for life. Because what truly matters is not about how you look, it's about how you feel in that body that you have, right? So another one, I need a pump to feel confident. So many guys, literally, they can't take a picture without doing some push-ups because they need a pump, right? They wear these big ass shirts trying to cover up their physique when they're outside the gym, or even when they're inside the gym, just because they don't have a pump. What's the point of working so hard, building that physique, eating clean, if you only feel confident when you have a pump? I don't have a pump right now, but I'm still getting on this camera right now in front of all of you guys and making this video. And I feel like I look good. And so the confidence is gonna come off, right? But if I wasn't secure in myself without a pump, I would have wore a hoodie for this video, right? So stop focusing on the pump. Stop chasing the pump, okay? And last, he looks more jacked than me. Constantly comparing yourself to the next man. Why are you comparing yourself to someone who has a different frame than you? Different genetics, different lifestyle. It's okay to get motivated. It's okay to get inspired. You guys see my physique. It's okay to get inspired by my physique, by my fitness progress. But what's not okay is to constantly compare yourself. At the end of the day, you should only be striving to get the best body possible for you. Because a lot of people, they tell me I need to compete in bodybuilding, but then I take a look at my genetics and I don't have the genetics for bodybuilding, right? I had to muscle my way through to get this physique that I have now. But I have certain insertions that aren't super proportional and aesthetic that just wouldn't get me far in the bodybuilding world, even if I took steroids, right? So if I was so focused on comparing myself to the next man, to the next bodybuilder, I would constantly feel down. I would constantly feel insecure. But I can't change my genetics. I can't change my bone structure. All I can do is give 110% every single time I'm inside that gym. All I can do is make sure that I'm eating the right way possible every single day when I'm in the kitchen. That I'm staying away from the bullshit, staying away from the alcohol, locking in and dialing in my habits. That's all I can control, and so that's what I'm gonna focus on, and that's what you must focus on if you actually want to build a physique that attracts women. Now here is the truth, and is that women don't fall for physiques. Guys, I'm not trying to bullshit you. I have a nice physique. I literally coach guys on how to get better physiques, because getting a nice physique makes you more confident, right? It makes you more disciplined. But the truth is that women aren't directly attracted to just the physique. Yes, they see a guy who's in great shape, it unlocks their primal desire. They think that, oh, he's disciplined, he looks good. But here's the thing. They may have this perception of you from the outside because you look good, because you're in shape. But once they speak to you, if what you act like and what you say doesn't correspond with the way that you look, it's gonna work against you. You understand? And I always say this, there's so many guys who are in great shape, better than me, and yet they fold. They can't even approach a woman that they find attractive. They get in front of her, they don't know what to say. They start shaking, right? It's because, or maybe they just have a whole bunch of shitty habits. They're disciplined when it comes down to going to the gym, but outside the gym, they're drinking, they're smoking, they wake up whenever they want, right? They have bad habits. And so you look like you're disciplined, but you're just disciplined and going to the gym. So it's not even discipline anymore, right? So they don't fall for physiques, they fall for signals. These are the most important signals that your physique actually exudes. That's discipline. Once again, you could have a great physique, but not be a disciplined person. Too many people think just because you're in great shape, that means you're disciplined. No. So many gym cells out there, right? So many gym rats who spend their entire day in the gym and they don't do anything else. You never want to be that guy. That guy actually repels women, right? You want to be the guy that's disciplined inside and outside the gym. You got to be the full package, right? Consistency. Sure, you go to the gym all the time, it looks like you're consistent. But what happens when you're doing bulking and cutting cycles? Your physique literally fluctuates throughout the year. I look this way all year. 12% body fat all year long, right? That's consistency. I eat damn near the same meals every single day. That's consistency. My confidence doesn't fluctuate on my appearance. So that's consistency. That's what I mean by consistency. Because if you only feel confident when you're at 12% body fat And then when you're bulking for half of the year, you're just not confident, you're covering up your physique because you're afraid of what people may think. Well, then you're not consistent, right? Consistency is so much more than what you do. It's about just like your whole entire lifestyle. It's about the way that you act as well. So you must exude consistency in every single aspect of your life. How you show up today, how you show up on days that you don't want to go to the gym, how you show up on your bad days, how you show up on your good days, needs to be consistent. Quite frankly, I didn't want to make this video right now. I've been making daily YouTube videos for the past 25 days, right? And tonight, I literally had no ideas for YouTube videos. And I was like, damn, I really don't want to make a YouTube video right now. But I'm still showing up and giving this video everything I got because of the consistency. I'm not just gonna get on this camera, give you guys some low effort ass video because I'm feeling down or because I didn't have ideas or because I have low energy, right? That's what real consistency is. Standards. When you go to the gym, when you work out, you hold yourself to a certain standard. I always say that the physique is a reflection of someone's mind because it's very easy to tell where someone's mind is, what type of standard they hold themselves to by taking a look at their physique. Someone's out of shape. Okay, well, clearly that person doesn't hold themselves to a high standard. Because if they did, they would say no to the bullshit food. They would say no to the nights out. They would go to sleep earlier. They would have a morning routine. They would be disciplined. They would show up to the gym whether they want to or not. Right? That's what standards is. So having a nice physique is one of the clearest ways of signaling that you have standards, right? And that's attractive. Confident in skin. Once again, you must feel confident in the physique that you have. Because the guy who's 125 pounds wet, skinny as hell, if he's confident, truly confident in his physique, then he's gonna get more women than the guy who's 225 pounds and jacked. But that guy is always chasing the pump. That guy is always trying to be bigger. That guy never feels like he's enough. The guy who's 125 wet is gonna have more attraction because he's actually comfortable in your skin. Now, am I advising you to just be skinny as fuck or fat as fuck and just say that you're confident? No, because most people are not truly confident when they're in that shape. They're not. Because the gym builds self-respect, right? Because you do what you said you were gonna do, right? You keep showing up. You keep eating those meals. You keep training and pushing yourself every single time you're in there and you build a nice physique. You see the fruits from your labor. That builds self-respect, right? So am I saying you gotta be skinny? Absolutely not. You should get in great shape, but you must feel comfortable in your skin. You must be willing to look at yourself in the mirror every morning and be like, damn, I worked for that. You feel me? That's important. And then energy and presence. Guys, there's just a certain calm confidence that comes with getting in shape. And it's just like when you learn how to fight, right? When someone learns how to fight, they don't usually start problems with people. They walk in the room, they're usually the most respectful person there actually. The one who's not the loudest, just like reserved, cool, calm, and collected. Is because they know they have the capability of violence. And although getting in shape doesn't mean that you can't fight, it does give you a certain calm confidence to know that you show up no matter how you feel. You keep pushing yourself through little pain. You load up hundreds of pounds on your body and you push through those sets. You push past failure. You show up when you don't feel like. That gives you that calm confidence, that energy, and that presence. And let's be real, when you got some size on you, most people don't even try you, right? Most people just don't even try you because they see you and they instantly respect you. And so that gives you that energy and that presence regardless. When you came up from being skinny fat to being jacked, you understand the journey of the guy who's skinny fat. So you're not gonna, you're not gonna try to put people down, right? I never try to. I see someone who's out of shape, right? I know I call you guys out in this video, but if I see someone who's out of shape in the gym, they're putting in work, they're showing up, that guy gets all my respect because they're putting in the work, right? That's what presence is. You understand? Presence is not loud. It just speaks for itself. You walk in the room, you're jacked, you're wearing your nice shirt, your shirt is hugging your sleeves, right? I mean, yeah, your shirt is hugging your sleeves, we're gonna put it like that. And you just look like the man, you carry yourself like the man. You just walk with your head a little higher, your shoulders a little more back, right? The body language says it all, right? You take up more space. That's what energy and presence is all about. They don't fall for physiques, they fall for the signals, right? When you have the physique and the signals, that's when you truly become the most attractive version of yourself. So let's talk about the fix. And this is the fix. It's masculine habits. Masculine habits. So, do you still have to work out? 1000%. You must be working out, right? You should train 4 times a week and do cardio. Not enough to just put on muscle mass, just be one of these gym rat bodybuilders who skip cardio. That's the most absurd thing. Imagine being a man, looks jacked, looks like you can like fight a bear, right? And then you get in the bedroom with your girl and you can barely even last 1 round because your cardio sucks. You're huffing and puffing, right? She got more cardio than you and she doesn't even work out. Make it make sense. So cardio, don't skip your cardio. Cardio is literally your best friend as a man, right? But you should be training 4 times a week minimum, right? 4 to 5 times a week ideally with intensity. My preferred style of training, the one that I feel is the most effective, is weighted calisthenics and kettlebells. That's what built my physique. That's what allows me to feel strong, gives me the endurance, gives me the speed, the agility, right? Because I work more than just hypertrophy. The muscle mass, yeah, I get that as a side effect. But what I really work on is the skills. I work on real functional movements, and that's the way that I advise all of you guys to train, right? Train with weighted calisthenics, weighted pull-ups, weighted push-ups, weighted dips. Do kettlebell swings, kettlebell cleans, kettlebell snatches, kettlebell presses, right? Start with that. That's gonna make you way more functional than just doing the standard gym machines, cable machines. I still do all of those things, but I leave it to the end of the workout, right? 50% of my workout is literally weighted calisthenics and kettlebells. So still be training. Then you want to have a morning and night routine. The way that you start your day and the way that you end it says a whole lot about you as a man. That's what true standards is all about. The way that you start your day and the way that you end it. Because you can be jacked, but you wake up, you check your phone, you scroll on TikTok, you eat some pizza, you feel me? You do that in the morning, first thing, or at nighttime, you have no self-respect. Self-respect is attraction. And when you have bad habits like that, when you don't have proper routines and proper systems within your day, well then you lack self-respect and the gym won't save you. You can't just lie to your mind, say that, oh, I'm going to the gym so I'm building self-respect. No, because it's easier for you to go to the gym now. You've been doing it for how long already? You must challenge yourself in new ways. Think of the thing that's the most challenging for you right now. Is it waking up early? Is it quitting, beating off? Is it alcohol? What is it? What's the hardest thing for you to give up right now and just do that, right? Just focus on that one thing. That's gonna build way more self-respect than just going to the gym, okay? So you wanna have a morning and night routine. The way that you start your day is the way that it's gonna end. So my morning routine, very simple. I wake up, make my bed. I drink 32 ounces of lemon water with sea salt to prime up my body, my metabolism, get rid of my brain fog. Then I do 50 push-ups, right? You guys don't believe me? Do them at 5:30 every single morning. It's all on my Instagram. You guys can literally check over the past year. I've been doing it and documenting it, right? Then I pray, and then I journal, right? Very simple, takes me about 25 minutes, but it starts my day off on the right foot. Starts my day off with action and intention and discipline, right? And so when I start off the day like that, that's the type of energy that I bring into the entire day. I wake up before everyone else, make sure that I'm on point, and then when I'm ready to step out into the world, I present myself as the best version of myself. That's what matters, right? Same thing with the nighttime routine, right? Nighttime routine, you just want to wind down. You know, you can read a book, journal your thoughts for the day, take a look at your to-do list. Okay, what did I get done today? Okay, yeah, I got everything done today. Perfect. Plan out your next day, because your next day starts the night before. Always say that. The 4 tasks that you have to do the next day that will bring you closer to your goals, plan them out the night before, right? Then, eat like a man, not a boy. Guys, I'm aware that if it fits your macros, will get you in decent shape. And there's guys who have protein snacks, who eat cereal 3 times a day, who have like Pop-Tarts and shit, you know, who live this 80-20 lifestyle. I'm aware that there's guys like that who are in shape. But one thing that's gonna do is gonna kill your masculine energy. When you eat like a man, and when I say eat like a man, I just mean eat real food, not processed foods, not trying to find shortcuts. Too many of you guys, you're so hyper fixated on getting the results in the gym. So you get these protein powders. You make the protein shakes, the mascators, the pre-workouts. You take the post-workouts, all of this, the creatine. Guys, I don't take any of that. You guys see me. You guys see my physique. You can check out my Instagram for more pictures. I don't take protein powder. I don't do creatine. I don't do pre-workouts. And I'm so jacked. And I feel amazing because of my diet. Because I eat 90% clean whole foods, usually single ingredients, a lot of eggs. I eat 10 eggs a day, red meat, some chicken, some fish, protein sources, but I get my protein from real food because it actually comes with the micronutrients that's gonna help me increase my testosterone, improve my metabolism, right? Make sure my hormones are on point, because your hormones are going to dictate the way that you move as a man, right? You're getting all your protein from protein shakes. You're not getting any micronutrients. No wonder you always feel sluggish. No wonder you have low testosterone. No wonder you're not really putting on as much muscle mass as you want to, as you can be, because your body literally doesn't even have enough growth hormone and testosterone to build that muscle. You're not in an anabolic state because you lack micronutrients. So make sure you eat like a man. 90-10 lifestyle. 90% you eat clean whole foods, right? You eat foods that are gonna get you dialed in. And then 10% of the time, eat whatever you want. If you want to have the seed oils, the soy, the Pop-Tarts, whatever you want, the cake, go for it, right? Knock yourself out. But I bet you, once you start eating this way, you're not even gonna want any of that shit anyway, right? Now, one of the most important masculine habits is to eliminate cheap dopamine. Cheap dopamine. Why must we eliminate it? Because cheap dopamine makes you rely on the instant gratification, right? And personal development as a man, improving your attraction as a man, making you a more competent, attractive man, relies on being okay with things not working out today, right? Not working out today. I'm making this video right now. I'm making this video for the impact it's gonna have months from now, years from now, right? I'm not gonna get 100,000 subscribers from this video today. But this video is gonna be up and it's gonna get me results in the future, right? That's what delayed gratification is about. But when you wake up, you check your phone. Excuse me. When you wake up, you check your phone right away. You doom scroll, you go on TikTok, right? You beat off, you spill your seed, right? Because you can't get laid, so you have to beat off, right? You're on Instagram chronically. You're a consumer, not a creator. You smoke, you drink, you go out, you chase hoes. All of these things, that's cheap dopamine. And that's gonna fry you. That's gonna make you socially awkward. That's gonna kill your self-respect. You understand? The gym won't save you if you have cheap dopamine, if you have bad habits, right? You're gonna be this jacked guy, but you're gonna be moving less confident than the guy who's fat as fuck, right? The guy who's 300 pounds will still take your bitch because you have bad habits. Because when you get in front of that baddie, you can't even speak to her. You just fold up. You have no masculine frame because you have bad habits. So get it in check. Make sure you have routines. Make sure you install good habits and replace your bad habits with them. Cold showers, right? Waking up early, physical activity, going on runs, right? Spending time with people who are actually gonna motivate you and drive you to be a better man, right? Speaking to women in the real world, not just to the pictures, you feel me? Actually speaking to them in real life, working on your social skills, working on your social confidence. All of these things are gonna help you become a better and dialed in more man. And it's gonna improve your self-respect, which is attraction in the first place. So stop worrying about what physique women find attractive and start fixing your masculine habits, right? Start working on your discipline, your consistency, your standards, your confidence and skin, your energy, your presence as a man, right? And if you want a step-by-step process and you want my help with this, helping you get in the best shape of your life, helping you unlock your masculine edge and master your masculine habits so that you can be the most attractive, capable, and competent man that you can be. If you want my help with this is exactly what I help all of my clients with. Just click the link in the description to book a one-on-one call with me. We're gonna talk about your situation, where you're trying to go with this, and we'll see if it makes sense for us to work together. But hope you boys enjoyed this one. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, check out the Instagram as well. Daily value on there. I'll see you boys in the next one. Stay dangerous.